And welcome back to the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. We are truly, truly excited. Those that follow with us on a regular basis know and understand that the love that I have for baseball, and if I would be allowed to say so, I am with the maestro of black college baseball throughout the nation, and that is none other than Mr. Michael Coker of Black College NINES. How you doing today, sir?
I'm doing good, Mr. Prince. Wow, you just gave me I'm shocked by that. I accept it because it came from you, but it's an honor to be on your show, your program, and especially all the things you do for sports.
Well, I truly mean it, sir. It's not many people who have the drive and the passion, not just for baseball, but for HBCU-driven baseball. And truly, truly can't say thank you enough for what all you have brought into the table. You've come from a mighty long way and got many more steps to go on your journey. And we're just glad that you would take time out to be with us on this day.
It's my pleasure. It's a pleasure and honor to be on your show as always. You know, I enjoy talking to you. Every time I get on your show, it's always an exciting moment for me. And I want to thank you for allowing me to come on board.
No problem, sir. And with all that being said, you are getting ready to fulfill Chapter 4 of this to-be-continued journey that you've been on with your Black College World Series starting May 8th through 11th from Montgomery, Alabama. You got your 8 teams selected, some with a little drama. Well, one with a little drama, but we'll probably touch on that. But just bring everyone up to speed who may not be aware of the Black College World Series, that you've cradled this thing from beginning to where we are today, and just how everything came to be, and the teams that are going to be representing starting on the 8th.
Well, it took me 10 years to get the tournament on, and we're headed into year 4 of the tournament. And the tournament was started because a gentleman named Joffrey Nichols from Bluefield State University in Bluefield, West Virginia. We were having a conversation one day about a couple of his players, and he said to me, you know, HBCUs have nothing to play for. So I was being negative. And, you know, and then it clicked on me that, you know, the more he talked about it, he was right. Because he said, you know, after a conference championship, HBCUs go home. There's no national tournament. So I said, I'm going to do something about that. And throughout my struggles, it took me 10 years to get it put on in 2021. And here we are in 2024. We're headed into our 4th year of the event. Montgomery's been the home. And it is an honor that we are going to continue to. We're not going to crown our champions by mystical anymore. We're going to settle this thing on the field. And now that we have the tournament, each year we're going to make sure that an HBCU holds the title at the national level.
Okay, very good, very inspirational. And with that very concept of, you know, the HBCU struggle, it is for real. We don't cry about it. We just adjust and move forward. With you having this platform set up, I know it's difficult for you to get D1 programs involved due to the fact of the potential tournament champion there could get a regional bid, you know, for the NCAA. How do you counter that? And have you got any kickback from people who say, well, how can you call it Black College World Series when you don't have D1 programs involved?
Well, because we're working on the HBCU Baseball World Series, and that is strictly for the D1 programs. So the Black College World Series, it consists of NCAA Division II, NAIA baseball programs, as well as those in the National Christian Collegiate Athletic Association.
Yes, sir.
Those baseball programs in each of those official conferences make up the Black College World Series small school.
Got you, got you. Well, you know, they say in all by getting that we get an understanding, and that's why we have you on to help expound upon that. Now, before we get into the 8 programs that'll be representing this year's competition, how and what goes into the determining factors of who gets selected? And do you ever have any kickback or some say thanks but no thanks?
I'm glad you mentioned that, Mr. Prince. Mike, when we made our selection is based upon a top 10 poll, and it's based upon being ranked or receiving votes. And every year, we know that we're going to have teams that are going to opt out. So with that in mind, we have a first alternate, a second alternate, and a possible third alternate. So when we make our selection, like this year, we selected 8 teams. One team pulled out. Albany State was a part of the field. They pulled out, and then so did Savannah. Well, Savannah ended up becoming they didn't win the SIAC tournament. Edward Waters did, but Edward Waters is in the provisional phase because they recently joined 2.5 years ago, left the NAI and become a D2 team. So they have to complete their 3-year stewardship. So they couldn't go as the champion. So the runner-up was Savannah. So Savannah's not coming. And the first alternate was Miles. Then we had some teams that in the NAIA that bagged out. One was Jarvis Christian because according to the bylaws, they had completed a 24-week schedule and they couldn't do anything afterwards. And the NAI it's not clear on postseason play. That was for the regular season, but they decided to opt out. And that left us with 6 teams. Now, the 6 teams are Talladega, Bluefield State, Edward Waters, Miles, Wiley, and Florida Memorial University. I don't think I left anybody out of that.
Okay, now with that sounds subtle, but that's a big dip in your tournament round robin structure. How do you offset that and make the adjustments for it to come out balanced?
Well, we're currently set up as to where the D2s. We had 2 brackets. One bracket consists of 4 teams from the NCAA Division II competing against each other for the NCAA bracket, and the other is the NAIA programs playing 4 teams against the NAIA. And then the winner of each bracket would get crowned the bracket winner, and they would meet for the championship. So we've had to alter it because now that we're down from 8 to 6, we're seeding the teams according to their record, 1-loss record. Talladega, having 37 wins, is the number 1 seed, followed by Bluefield State with over 30 wins, and Florida Memorial. And then there's, let's see, I think Wiley's next. So we had to go to the top seed versus bottom seed teams, with, Florida Memorial being 6. They're a 6 seed team. So we had to alter the schedule, and we did it in 2021 where we had 8 teams. One team pulled out because of COVID concerns. The other team pulled out because they had some administrative issues. And we still had the tournament, and it turned out to be a great tournament. We ended up crowning a champion like we're going to crown in 2024.
Okay, sounds good. That's what it's all about, being able to adjust on the fly. A lot of people don't know the moving parts that go on behind the scene, logistics, getting teams back and forth, lodging. And as we bring that up, if you could you expound on how it works? Are the teams responsible for getting there themselves, or is there any type of package for them to help offset? How does that work?
Well, we have a contract as where we cover the hotels and their meals. They cover their own travel. And it's basically that simple.
Okay, very good. So I know young men are excited to play. In particular, HBCU sports continues to live on. You'll get a champion at the end of the dust settling with this concept. And the people in Montgomery have been very receptive of this tournament being held in their home grounds, right?
Yes, they have been. Still, there's room for growth because I'll be honest with you, a lot of people don't know about the tournament. A lot of people that aren't really sports followers, or a lot of them don't look to collegiate sports. They look to what's on TV, and that's as far as they go. But we've gotten pretty good crowds. Like last year, we had 11,000 students. We had a field trip day planned. We have the same thing planned this year, and so it's growing. We set a goal for ourselves that it would take us 5 years to grow the event. We're in our 4th year, and we're starting to get feedback from corporations and big businesses for 2025. So as we grow, we're climbing. Or should I say the other way around? As we're climbing, we're growing.
Well, either way, tomato, you're still going to get the same end results. And that's a successful platform that was birthed through you. And I know that's a great high, a natural high. A lot of people get high from narcotics and alcohol, but when you're able to see something be developed right before your eyes that came as a thought, applied to a piece of paper, bounce it off a few people, and the next thing you know, this thing becomes emotion. I know people say, well, where this just popped up, but it was 10 years in the making, another 5 years in the developing, and you still, as you say, got room for improvement, but it's a great story to tell. And that's what excites us here at the Open Mic, to be able to share these stories and help continue to spread that word out. Now, when you look at everything that's involved with this tournament, this series, as we mentioned, the logistics and everything, what is the way that people could watch this series that might not be aware? Because we want to do our part to help push that narrative to get it out there. How can people partake in watching this College Black World Series? Or should I say Black College World Series?
There are 2 ways to watch it. Buy a ticket, see the event live, or there's the Woodlawn Entertainment production network that is live streaming the event on YouTube. And the link will be shown on Black College Championships website and Black College Nines. So you have, on the Black College Nines, we have a Tournament Central page, and the games will be, you'll be able to click on that link to see the games. But we encourage you, if you're in the Montgomery region area or wherever you are in the country, if you really want to see the players, the play on the field live, the Montgomery Biscuits have a link, or you can get that link by contacting Black College Nines or contacting me at through email at blackcollegechampionships@gmail.com.
Okay. Now, do you, Black College, have a YouTube page where people can view it as well?
Yes, we do, but it would be better if they viewed it on the Tournament Central page, and that way you're interacting with not only just the tournament, but each game, because each game is live streamed, and then if you miss that game, it is also being posted as a rebroadcast.
Okay, and what's the website for that network, the tournament network again?
It is blackcollegenines.com.
Okay, and so people can go there and they'll click and enjoy the broadcast from start to finish.
Yes.
Okay, now I know that last year you were entrenched in the Swingman All-Star game. Could you explain the involvement and the in-depth that it comes from that, And do you have any plans in the future to continue to be a part of that process?
Well, the guys that did it was Minority Baseball Prospect. We had partnered with them at that time, and I think they did a pretty good job. Although, to be honest with you, then I didn't make it to Montgomery because I had some health issues. But that's going to happen again. It's going to happen in Texas, where the All-Star game is going to be, and the draft as well. So that's an event it'll be in its second year. It'll be interesting to see how they develop it and move it along.
Okay. Well, we're going to be looking forward to seeing how it develops as well from this end. Now, Mr. Coker, I know you're an extremely busy man, and I'm again so appreciative of you taking time to be with us on this episode. I would like for you to let people know how they could support, even if they can't make it to Montgomery. Is there a way they can make a donation to help the cause to continue to push the narrative of Black college baseball? What can people do to help continue to carry and light your torch?
I'm glad you asked that, Mr. Prince. If they would like to donate, they can send me the information at blackcollegechampionships@gmail.com. Please note that your donations will go towards the 2024 event and future events. Keep in mind that these are kids, and a lot of things are happening. They're not just student athletes. They're there for an education first and foremost. They just happen to be playing sports. So, and we need to support them because they are our future. And these kids are doing things to advance their life. The last few World Series, some of the sponsors hired some of those kids. So it's not just about the game itself, it's about promoting HBCU and the institutions that these kids come from.
Absolutely. And we tell people all the time, let's help support those who are supporting us and have a vested interest in us. Mr. Coker, I truly appreciate you, sir, for taking time to be with us on what's a very, what they say, intense moment as you get closer to the start date. Now, what is the time for this first scheduled pitch of the May 8th tournament?
9 a.m. Wednesday, May 8th. That game is, since we had to alter the schedule, Miles College will play Bluefield State College. It is a rematch of the 2022 World Series where Miles knocked out I think it was the fourth game, the fifth game of the tournament. Miles knocked out Bluefield State in that tournament and sent them home. So we got a little rivalry going on there, and it's going to be a pretty good rematch.
Yes, sir. Now, I want to make sure that the listeners get this right. That is going to be 9 a.m. Central or Eastern time, sir?
Central time.
Okay.
10 a.m. Eastern.
Okay, so that'll be 9 a.m. Central time, and I just want people to be able to go in and check things out. Before we get out of here, sir, we want to give you some closing thoughts and comments, and the floor is now yours.
Thanks for having me aboard, number one. It is always a pleasure. The many conversations you and I have had, and we will continue to have this conversation over the years until the good Lord calls us home.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
As long as there's HBCU baseball or collegiate baseball to report, and these coaches continue to put the product on the field, I will do whatever it takes to report it.
Same here, sir. Same here. And may I say again, job well done, and may you be blessed in your endeavors now and forever. He is Michael Coker of Black College Nines. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. Don't forget that you can follow me on Twitter X at The Mike Prince Show. Subscribe to the YouTube channel at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. I've got the exit stage left for right now, so until the next time, You guys be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.